morning, and I want to say a bright and happy Sabbath to all. It's always a blessing to come into your neighborhood and share the gospel, the love of Christ. And I hope that you're having a good weekend with your family. And I know that we missed last Sabbath, but it's always a joy to talk about the goodness of God. And you know, God had blessed us with the Sabbath, and you know, He created this universe in 6 days and rested on the seventh day. And He did three things that He didn't do on any other day. He blessed it, He rested, and He sanctified. Put it aside for you and for me, holy use. It's a time when we can just put business aside and things that we do every day, work, and just worship and with your family and brothers and sisters in church, and visit your neighbors and share some food and go to the hospital and visit, and it's take a rest in the Lord, and thank Him for creating this universe in 6 days. And now we can thank Him for what He have done for us. He gave us 6 days to do all that you can do. But He wants you to remember. That's why He said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Some of us do it in different ways. Some people turn off the telephone completely. But these days we have to use it for church. You have to use it for this. You have to, you know. So some of us can do it, but some don't. I remember one time my phone rang. It was Sabbath morning, you know. And I just look at it and realize, well, it's a business call. So I wouldn't take it, you know, a business call. And then after, when I got up, I realized somebody sent a text, and I just happened to check the text. And then, you know, that night before, my wife and I prayed because we had just shipped to the mission field 2 40-foot containers. So during that couple of weeks where we were packing and getting all the stuff, a lot of our friends, you know, help us, give us finance to help ship the container. So we only had like 4,000, and we needed like 16,000 for the whole thing. So we needed more. We needed like 11 more. And I noticed one of the texts that I got that morning, Sabbath morning, said, Juliet, the Lord has spoken to me last night and said that you need help. Well, when you get that kind of text, you know it's not business, it's missionary work. So I was able to reach out to my friend who had texted me and said, yes, the Lord has spoken. We needed a certain amount of money to help pay for this container, because this container was about to arrive in the islands that same weekend. And God used my friend to bless the people of that country with that container, to pay for that container. So that was a great blessing. So things like that, business and church thing and spiritual things, if it's a business call for jobs and to work and to do business and so on, we put that aside. But when it comes and doing the Lord's work, we can, all that will be in Sabbath keeping. And nothing wrong with talking to somebody about the mission, about what you're doing for the Lord. You can do all those on the Sabbath day. You know, as we said before, the Bible says, if your eyes fall in the pit on the Sabbath day, would you leave it? If you're animal, if you're getting ready for church, you have your suits on and everything, and you see your neighbor house on fire, you got to get the hose and start working and then help them with that fire. If you see an accident somewhere, you go and help them, you know. So some people have the Sabbath as like a burden, but it's a blessing. It's not a burden, you know. The way how the Jews keep the Sabbath, and, you know, And some other people keep the Sabbath, they don't go a certain way, drive somewhere. You know, that's a burden. The Bible calls Sabbath a delight. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. So that's why Jesus said, remember to keep the Sabbath day holy. God bless my brothers and sisters, my friends. Looking forward to talking to you next Sabbath, and thank God for his blessings and this holy day.